Alright, let's look at quiz 9, problem number 3. Alright, so we want to use a sign chart to solve this inequality here. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, first, I'm gonna call this guy f of x. So this is the left hand side. I'm gonna call it f of x. Alright, then we're gonna look at set the numerator equal to 0. So x and x plus 2, set the numerator equal to 0, right? Then this will give you x-intercepts. So in this case, x equals 0 and also negative 2, right? Then we also set the denominator equal to 0. So x minus 3 equal to 0. Then you can see that x is going to be positive 3. All right. Then we're going to use those numbers to put tick marks on number line. So you draw a number line, and here's x. So the smallest number is negative 2. So I put the negative 2 here, and the middle number is 0. Scale really doesn't matter, and I put 3 over here. Right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the sign of f of x, right, for each interval. So first interval, I'm gonna try so anything that's smaller than negative 2. So I'll try negative 3. So we're gonna look at the f of negative 3. Right. Then we're gonna look at the sign. Right. So if you plug in negative 3, so this is negative 3, so negative. Negative 3 plus 2 would be negative 1. So it's a negative times negative, so the top is positive. Right? Then you have a negative 3 minus 3, so that will be negative 6, which is negative. Right? And a positive divided by negative is going to be negative. So we have a negative sign here. Right, so I'll just indicate that. So this is going to be a negative there. Right, so we're looking at the sign of f. All right, how about between negative 2 and 0? So we can try negative 1. So f of negative 1. All right, so this is negative. Negative 1 plus 2 is positive. So on top, we actually have a negative sign. Alright, so you have a negative sign. Alright, if you plug in negative 1 minus 3 is still negative. Negative divided by negative is positive. So you have a positive sign here. Right? So we have that. So on this interval, the function is always positive. Alright, between 0 and 3, I'll probably try 1. So f of 1. Right? Then you know that, so it's a 1, and a 1 plus 2 is positive, so everyone's positive there. So on top it's positive. Alright, 1 minus 3 is still negative. Positive divided by negative is negative. So we have a negative sign here. Alright, so indicate that with a negative sign here. Alright, then if you look at anything bigger than 3, so I'll try 4. Right? So 4 is positive, 4 plus 2 is positive, 4 minus 3 is actually positive 2. So positive divided by positive is definitely positive. So you have a positive sign. Alright, so you can see that we want this function to be positive, so we know where that happens. Alright, so positive is right here. And also positive is right there. Right? So the solution is going to be, so solution of this solution set for this inequality would be between negative 2 and 0. So from negative 2 and 0. And also take the union from 3 and on. All right. So the reason why we're not using a square bracket is that for 3, 3 cannot be included because 3 is not in the domain. When x equals 3, this expression is actually undefined, so you can never include 3, right? And also, since this is a strict inequality, so we cannot include negative 2 or 0 because those guys make this function equal to 0. So we have to exclude those. So that's why we have parentheses there, right? So this is the solution set of the given inequality. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.